What's up, beautiful people, and even maybe some of you not so beautiful people? I am, I don't know. It's weird. I'm excited, but I'm not excited. I am, but I'm not, but I am. Because California Dreamin', of course, a classic, awesome song. A song I don't know if I've ever chosen to play, but every time it comes on, I'm like, that song's awesome. But what this song has me thinking about is the texture of the song and the amount of vocals and harmony in the song. So excited, a little worried about what it's gonna sound like stripped down. However, she pulled this off on Yellow Brick Road. Yellow Brick Road has some of the best harmonies as far as catchiness and just a cool, thick texture. It's one of the best songs ever, in my opinion, of this catchy harmony that comes in that pulls you into the song. But she did a fantastic job with no harmonies. So I expect that will be the case. But you never know till you hit play. Let's hit play. Also, I have this thing where I want to say kaja, because like so much K-pop, kaja means let's go in Korean.
All the leaves are brown and the skies are gray. I've been for a walk in the search of winter day. I've been safe and warm. If I was in the lake, California dreaming, oh, in a search of winter day.
Yeah, let's take the just the chordal section here for a second. I think this is. I know, man, if someone's like, everything's great, but if everything is great, then nothing's great. I mean, I can't trust you. If you say everything's great, can't trust you. It doesn't mean anything, right? If every plate of food I make you say is great, now I'm starting to question, because there's definitely something bad in there and you didn't tell me. That being said, though, this is awesome. And what I think is particularly awesome about it is how much her vocals match the vibe of the song. Now her vocals are very typical for her. These are very consistent vocals, but I think there is a match that is nice to be struck between a warm, sultry vocal and a song that also has this type of feeling, and matching them together. Yeah. Also, I like the guitar played. He's got a pick tucked in between his index and middle finger, so I assume when they get to the chorus, he's going to start strumming, and that strumming is going to require a pick. Usually you could strum with the side of your thumb, but it's a little more mellow, so they obviously want the brightness of using the pick. I wonder when that's coming in. Probably pretty soon.
Stop into a church. I pass along the way. Well, I got down my knees and I pretend to pray.
See, like a line like that, I get on my knees and pretend to pray. Right? That gives you something of the depth of what's going on with the lyricism. And I think that, I don't want to say melancholic, but it's the closest thing I can come up with. That phrasing and sound, I think, goes really perfectly with a lyric like, get on my knees and pretend to pray.
You know the preacher, like the cold. He knows I'm gonna stay. California dreaming, oh, in a such a winter day. All the leaves are brown,
there's the pick.
and the skies are gray. I've been full of woe in this such a winter day. I've been safe and warm if I was in LA. California dreaming, oh, it's such a winter day. California dreaming, oh, and it's such a winter day.
Oh, it's already over.
California dreaming, oh, and it's such a winter day.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hey. Well, I was gonna say it earlier. I'm gonna say it now. So this is great job. Turned out very, very, very well for such a stripped down format. No, I don't feel like anything's missing with the lack of harmony or extra instruments, which is perfect, you know, because when you play something this famous, people can hear it in their head and they go, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" But it's so consistent. The actual song itself, right? The chords repeating. It's very stable. It's very consistent, and her vocals are also not going everywhere. There's not a super low to go to, and there's not really a super high. I mean, she threw like one run in there. But then that presents its own challenge, which is when you have very consistent melodies and consistent chordal structure, everything is kind of a repetition of the previous thing. I think that's another example where if you have a flaw, it's really going to stand out, because if you sang the same melody 6 times, if one of them is off, everyone in the world's going to know it because you sang it 5 times before that, or 3 times before, or 1 time after, or whatever. So it's kind of one of these things. And yes, I do look at everything from a performance perspective. Like, not what does it just sound like to listen to it, but what is it like to prepare yourself to play it, or to be on stage with someone playing it, right? The guitarist has his own mindset, but he's there with her. She's got her own mindset. And there's an element that I'm interested in from performing, right? So when things are consistent and kind of repetitive does not mean bad. Repetitive is only bad if you're bored. If it's great, repetitive's fine. You're like, yes, bring me more of what I already like. But there is this man the ship mode. It's kind of how I think of it. I mean, you can rephrase it however it makes sense to you, or whatever phrase you want to use, which is if things are going to be very much the same, roughly the same dynamic level, basically the same key, same chords, same melody, over and over and over again, you have this new challenge, which is man the ship. Keep the ship like right. Don't veer off and hit anything. Keep your intensity within a certain range. Keep your inflection in a certain range. Keep how you're phrasing things in a certain range. It can't be identical, because then it would be boring, but it can't go so far off the beaten path that now the song doesn't feel right because you took too many liberties trying to make it interesting. And it's a really unique challenge to intentionally not go crazy with variety, but then to keep your kind of within the box sound interesting. And man, I need to, Alexa, give me a synonym for interesting.
Interesting synonyms. Uneventful.
Or what? What do I pay you for? I gotta go to the thesaurus and find some extra words. Improve my vocabulary. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, and hey, I'm proud. I'd be prouder if I didn't respond to the haters at all, but I'll save it for the very end of the video. Those of you Not many of you. But if it's in your head, being like, I bet you never mess up. That's why you critique people. Do you know who messed up? All of my favorite teachers and professors all made mistakes. The most important people in my lives made mistakes. I'm pretty sure almost every human that's walked the earth has made a mistake. So this idea that you're not allowed to critique or judge if you've ever made a mistake, I know it's hopeless, because if you haven't realized the deficiency in that thought process, I don't think I'm going to be the one to shed light on it. Let's say I'm a terrible cook. Let's say, what's the phrase? I can't even boil water. It's not true. I can obviously boil water, but you mess up boiling water. If I am the world's worst cook, the worst out of 7 billion people, I'm the worst cook, I can still eat your cooking and say that it's garbage. Finny. Where's the button that makes this thing stop? It's somewhere. How do computers work?